Okay, guys. Hi, it's Teresa Brainerd here, and I'm sorry about the way my hair looks. It's braided in the back and it's starting to come down, so please forgive me. Uh, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's very important to me. Lately, I've been having uh, a few dreams and things like that, and I'm a pretty private person, other than a few of the videos and stuff about the reborn dolls. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is I wanted to share some of these dreams with you, and maybe some of you could help me with some of the understanding of it. Um, I've already posted one dream that I had of my mom and her being having an upset look on her face, and that she was standing next to Jesus in the sky, and that it looked like they were fixing to come back, and get everybody. Well, not everybody, but that Jesus was ready to come back, and that he was upset with people for the way that they were acting on the earth. And I seen my mom and how beautiful she was, and she had a beautiful white robe on, and she was standing next to Jesus. There was other people there too, but anyway, you can see that video in one of the other ones. But I also had another dream, and I wanted to tell you guys about that one. And it was so beautiful, guys. It was so beautiful. I had a dream that that it was me and my husband, and there was, it's kind of strange because I hadn't seen him for years, but my cousin was in this dream, and he, like I said, we hadn't seen each other for years. We had our dog Leah with us, and we was in this great big field. It was just this beautiful mowed field. It was just beautiful, but there wasn't any toys or anything in this field. But it was like a picnic or some. I don't know what kind of place it was, but it was just beautiful. And the field was huge and had the fence in the back of it, and like almost like all around it. And like I said, it was freshly mowed. That stuck in my head. But the dog, Leah, our dog, ran through the back, and there was a cougar back there, and the cougar was going to get Leah. And so then the scene changed all of a sudden. And what happened is that out of the clear blue, I looked up, and then I started going up to heaven. And my hands were straight out in front of me. I mean, just straight out in front of me. And I was praising God as I was going up. And as I was going up, I don't know what I had on. It seemed like it was a robe, but it just kept getting wider and wider and wider and wider as I was going up higher and higher and higher. The robe just kept getting wider and wider and wider. And the joy that was in that dream is just, I'll never forget it. It was just, I was so happy. It was just so beautiful. I mean, it was just beautiful the way, the anticipation of being able to see God, I guess. I don't know. But I remember just praising Him and my hands being so far out in front of me. And I remember every hair was in place. I had lost all of the weight. Well, I'm not going to say that because I could only see, just so far up. I seen that my clothes were getting wider, and I saw that my hair was in. I can even tell you what God had made somehow. My hair was just beautiful. There wasn't even a hair or strand out of place. It was just beautiful. He had it pulled back on both sides, and then it was long in the back, and it was just very, very pretty. And I was young again. I was like I don't know how old I was, but it looked like I was probably about in my 30s. I don't know that, though. I don't know how young I was, but I remember being very young, and my hair was pulled back, very pretty, and I had, you know, long hair in the back, and it was pulled on the sides, and which is totally not like me right now at all, but it was very pretty. So I had that dream, and then I had some other dreams too, and I wrote them all down. I got up through the night and I wrote them down because I've been having a lot of them lately. But another dream that I had a dream that there was stars coming out of heaven, and they were exploding before they hit the ground. and they were just exploding everywhere, and it was very terrifying. It was very scary. And I also saw that the wind was blowing real hard. I mean, it was just really hard. And so I remember that dream. And I let's see. Let's see. What else did I dream? I also had actually, this wasn't a dream. This was a vision. I was saying my prayers in the morning, and I actually was praying for the missionaries, and then out of the just out of the clear blue, I saw a missionary, and I get it looked somewhat like a Chinese person, but I'm not sure what it was. But they had dark hair. I could not see the missionary's face, but they were on their hands and their knees. They wasn't praying, but they were on it like all fours. They were on their hands and their knees, and their head was hung down like they were really sad, but they were like on all fours, like almost like in a crawling position. That's actually what it was. It's like a crawling position, and then I saw God's hand come down out of heaven and touch real gentle. I mean, very gently. I didn't see the body of God. I only saw the hand. But I saw his hand just real lightly just touch the side of the missionary's face, just very lightly. And the hand was huge, and it was just, the hand was, it's hard to explain it. I can't explain the beauty of it, but it was so gentle and so beautiful. It was just beautiful. It was so gorgeous. And the love that poured through that hand to the missionary is beyond words. It is just absolutely beyond words. So I saw that, and but the reason I'm telling you these things, guys, is because I've been struggling with being obedient to God, and I didn't want to do this, but I know that I want to be more obedient to God than I do anything else. So, right or wrong, whether these are put on here, I totally feel that God is leading me to let you guys know some of the things that I've seen and heard. Do I think myself of a prophet? You got to be kidding me. No, I don't think that at all. Do I feel incredibly blessed? Yes, very much so. And I just wanted to come on here and I wanted to tell you some of these, but I've had some other things, dreams that are really like, I had one that's kind of scary, and it was somewhat, this dream, I'm trying to get the date of it. I got the dates on all of them, but in my dream, I dreamed that it was somewhat dark and hundreds of airplanes flew over our heads. Every one was looking up and seeing hundreds of parachutes. Now, I remember in the dream that it was almost dusk. It was almost dark. It wasn't quite dark yet, but it was almost dark. And there was just hundreds of parachutes in the sky. And we were in the, like, it was like in a, I don't know, almost like an apartment complex, but it was really small and yucky. I don't know how to explain it. But we were outside, and we were walking on, like, inside of this place, but it's hard to explain it. But it looked like, I don't know, like a trailer or something. I'm not sure. It wasn't really a trailer, but it was like an apartment. And I'm going to read to you what I wrote down. Hundreds of parachutes. We were outside at first, but we ran into something that seemed like an apartment building. It was a place that had beds and where people lived in little rooms. And the military guys that was on the parachutes was running up to people in this big building, and they had what looked like a gun, but I don't know what it was because it was dark in the building. But whatever it was, they used it to spray. It was like a mist that they were spraying in people's eyes and in their nose. I remember that real well, and the reason that I remember, I'm going to read it to you. and they were spraying a mist in people's eyes and in their nose, and the mist, it didn't hurt me, but it did give me a strange feeling. They caught me in a long hallway. There was a long hallway, and their eyes, it was dark in the building, spraying mist in people's eyes and their eyes. It didn't hurt me, but it gave me a strange feeling. They caught me in a long hallway, and when they sprayed it in my nose, it didn't work. So he had to spray a lot. And I remember he sprayed so much, and he was holding me down and spraying me with that stuff. And it wasn't bothering me. It wasn't hurting me. It just kind of gave me a little bit of a weird feeling, but it didn't hurt me. And he told one of the other guys that was there, he told him that it wasn't working on me. And I, just out of the clear blue, I said, it's because I'm a child of God. And let me make sure that's exactly what I said. Yep, that's exactly. I remember that. I was just trying to make sure I wrote this. I wrote it down in the moment that I had it. I woke up. But he didn't listen to me, or maybe he didn't hear me. The next thing I remember is I was up and running. I ran to a room where there was an older lady, and I had to break through her door, and I looked out of her window, and I saw a man in a military jeep, and he saw me looking out the window, and so I ran for the door and out in the doors, and I couldn't find a place to hide, so I ran for some trees, and then that's pretty much the end of the dream. But that was a scary dream, and I know a lot of people are going to be saying something about FEMA or whatever. I don't know anything about it. I've never, I have never seen it. I don't know anything about it. I have heard people talking about it, but I can't even say that I've ever seen a video of it, to be honest. Maybe I have. I don't know. But this is a scary dream. And then, let's see, then I had one that was about Hellstone. I dreamed that there was these big Hellstone balls, and they were about the size of baseballs that fell from the sky, and they were hitting people, and there was a huge blue light coming from a big, kind of like a ditch. The light was like, I was standing over on this side, and then there's the ditch, and then there was a blue light that was coming out from like out of the ditch. I don't even know how to say it. It was like a blue light, like electricity coming out of this ditch, and all I knew in the dream was that I was supposed to get to higher ground. It was scary. It was very, very, very scary. It was kind of like it was kind of like electricity. I don't know how to explain it, but that was a scary dream too. And I know a lot of you people are probably going to say, well, she's done had too much pizza. Anyway, guys, I'm just telling you these because I felt like I needed to be obedient to God. And like I said, I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to feel a whole lot better once I get this off my chest. And so you guys can think what you want and say what you want, but I'm asking you not to just don't say bad comments to other people. You can say what you want on your own channel, but please don't curse or anything like that on my channel. And well, guys, you guys have a blessed night. Alright, bye-bye, guys.